So we're going to talk about how you can do list building for free and getting a return on your investment when you're paying for traffic, which is something we all strive for, and it's getting really harder to do this. It used to be really easy, to spend money on paid traffic, and you most of the time make money with the money that you spend, but at least break even. And it's getting harder and harder to do that now. And the reason being is, you really have to have, spectacular front-end free offers to catch people's attention, to actually get them to pay attention to it and read it, to actually download it and use it, whatever it might be, whether it's watching a video or listening to audio or reading an ebook, whatever it might be. It needs to be something really spectacular to catch their attention now. So it's getting harder and harder to do that, and you wind up in a lot of cases giving away a complete product that you have rights to, or one that you've created yourself in order to meet that criteria. But then after that, people are getting used to seeing a one-time offer and upsells in the sales funnel when they first join a list. It's getting harder to get those to convert as well. But it is still possible, and the key to it is getting as much targeted traffic as you possibly can, that the people that are coming to the front-end opt-in page are already interested in whatever you're offering, because it's something that they're looking for. The days of just posting a link out on classified sites and on Craigslist and over on Facebook, those days are pretty much over with as far as getting targeted traffic that way. People are pretty much ignoring those now, and the list subscribers you do get from that are pretty much the people that are looking for something for free, and they're not ever going to buy anything. But if you work things the right way, if you really take the time to model your system right, you can still have a really good chance at least breaking even, and in a lot of cases showing a profit. And what we're going to talk about tonight is how you can actually test a funnel and get it working and make sure that it is one that's going to see a profit at the end of the first 7 to 14 days of sending paid traffic to it. So the fastest way to build your list is through paid traffic. Now, this could be through pay-per-click, which is PPC. Most people now are using either Bing or Facebook for pay-per-click. Then, of course, you have Facebook ads where you do promoted posts and, retargeting through Facebook. Then you have media buys, which are, for the most part, banner ads. They could also be video ads as well over on YouTube. Those are considered media buys. And then the tried and true solo ads, which is what most everybody still uses, is solo ads. These are the typical ways that people spend money on paid traffic. But before you spend lots of money on paid traffic, you really need to test a sales funnel that you have set up and make sure that it's going to convert right before you start sending traffic to it. Lots of traffic. You want to send traffic to it initially to get it fine-tuned and get it working and converting right. But before you to start buying all kinds of paid traffic, you want to make sure that sales funnel is going to convert. So this is what a good sales funnel should have in it when you're wanting to do list building and you're using paid traffic. First off, you need to have a good free front-end offer. And the reason why you want to have this is because even though you're paying for traffic and it's targeted, it's still cold traffic, because the people that are coming to the page don't know you at all. So you pretty much have to give them something that that is going to catch their attention and get them to start building that know, like, and trust with you, that you've given them something of value, something that they couldn't get somewhere else. The days of using just plain flat out PLR as it comes off the shelf, so to speak, are pretty much over, because everybody does that and it doesn't generate much interest at all. The next thing you need to have is some sort of a low ticket product, which is usually called a tripwire, that gets people started into your actual sales funnel. Now, this tripwire, there's been lots of talk about what converts the best and what price range works the best. And to be honest with you, anything that's video related is one of the best converting. Software is another good tripwire product to use. And as far as the price range, you want to try to stick around $7 to $10 if you can, because again, you're still trying to build a relationship and get people to know you and trust you before they start spending lots of money with you. So you want to offer them something that's really good, something that they can use, but at a good affordable price too, to get them to, at least try the product and use it and see what they think about it and then what they think of the quality of what you're going to be offering them. Then you want to have, at least one OTO upsell and one OTO downsell in the funnel. And then finally, you want to have a 7 to 14 day email series to sell the front end offer and the OT offer to the people that pass those up during the initial sign up phase. Now, you could also include your low ticket tripwire into this AR series as well, but generally you just want to give people one shot at getting that low tripwire product, and just in your AR series you want to go forward, the next level upsell and possibly the downsell after the first 7 days if they haven't bought the OTO, then start offering the downsell. So this is how a typical funnel should be set up for list building that you're going to send paid traffic to it. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure this funnel is converting. You want to make sure that when you're sending targeted traffic to it, that you're hitting numbers that you can consistently rely on, and they need to meet, the fair industry averages for, cold traffic going into a new funnel. The typical front-end offer should convert somewhere between 30 to 40%. In other words, 30 to 40% of the traffic that you send to your opt-in page should be willing to opt into your mailing list to get the free front-end offer that you're offering. Of those people that are opting into your list, you want to see 10% of them people buying your tripwire product. Now, this is the first two steps that you need to work on first, getting these two things, hitting these numbers before you worry about the last three parts. But then after you've got these two parts working, you want to see your OTO upsell converting at 10%, and then the people that are turning down the OTO upsell, you want to see that converting at 15%. Now, the OTO downsell is another area where people get confused, and you want to try to do with your OTO downsell a cheaper price but a lesser valued product. In other words, you want to take something away from it to justify lowering the cost a little bit. Just lowering the cost just to make a sale will get people in the mind that you're going to always do that every product that you're going to try to sell to them is always going to have a wait, let's get it at a discount offer. You don't want people getting used to that kind of thing. You want your OTO downsell to be, the same product, but with something taken out of it to make it worth, a little bit less as far as the cost. And then in your 7 to 14 day email series, you want to try to sell, a conversion of 10% of those people within the first 14 days of either the front end offer or the OT offer, whichever one you decide to promote throughout the 7 to 14 days. Again, I recommend skipping the front end offer because you're usually selling it at a loss to start with, but you can do it either way. You could even concentrate on the front end offer the first 7 days and then the OTO offer for the final 7 to 14 days. Before you start sending lots of traffic to your funnel, you want to test it out. And the first thing you want to test is your free offer and your tripwire first. What you want to do with it is you want to send, a minimum of 500 to 1,000 targeted clicks. Now, by targeted clicks, I mean you're actually using some sort of a paid traffic method that the people that are in that paid traffic pool are the people that are interested in what you have to offer to start with. In other words, it's not free traffic where you're just sending, random people to the page and seeing if it'll convert. You want to make sure that the people that are coming to the page are already interested in that type of niche or product to start with. And you want to, after you've gotten this amount of clicks, you want to check your conversions and see if your free offer and your tripwire were converting like I told you on the last screen. The free offer should be people opting in your list to get the free offer should be 30 to 40%, and then the tripwire, the first thing you're trying to sell them, should be converting at 10%. If you're not getting these numbers, you want to go back and you want to adjust either your sales copy that you have on your opt-in pages and your sales pages, images possibly, maybe the layout, and even color can make a difference in some cases. So you want to test some of these things and send additional traffic back to it to see if it increased your conversion rates on these two things. Again, like I said, your goal here is to meet 30 to 40% opt-in rates, and then your tripwire sales to hit 10%. Once you're hitting these two things, well, then your sales funnel is basically ready at this point where you can start sending as much traffic as you want to, because from this point, after this, if you're hitting these numbers, you should be having a good chance at least breaking even with your money you're spending on the traffic. And the rest of it is your OTOs and your autoresponder series, and that's the next things you will be testing. But at this point, if you can get these two things converting, you have a really good chance of getting your return on investment for the money that you've spent for the paid traffic. You probably won't make money on the traffic at this point, but you'll at least have a chance of breaking even with it. So you can say the solo ads still the way to start. Solo ads are the easiest way to get started because you can get started really cheap with solo ads. That's probably the best way to get started before you start buying doing media buys or doing pay-per-click, because you can spend a lot of money on media buys and pay-per-click really quick before you ever get to test out whether your funnel's converting. So solo ads are probably the best way to start with paid traffic. And in my case, since I promote primarily in the IM niche, solo ads are probably the best traffic that you can get, because you can buy as little or as much as you want with solo ads, and it's kind of hard to do that with pay-per-click and media buys. Okay, so after you've got the first two parts of your funnel tested out and they're converting right, the next thing you want to test, and this is what you can do after you're sending regular consistent traffic, is your OTO and your OTO down sales. Again, with those, you want to see 10% to 15% conversion rates, and you can do this again in increments of like 250 targeted clicks at this point, because you should be seeing a return with your front end offer, your tripwire offer, that is paying for your traffic to at least break even or get close to breaking even, so you're not spending money out of pocket. Once you get to you're seeing this 10 to 15%, you should start seeing profit, or at the very minimum, being able to reinvest into more traffic of the same amounts that you were purchasing. Again, it's the same deal. If you're not seeing this 10 to 15%, you want to go back and you want to adjust your copy or your images or your layout, and possibly, like I said, your colors as well can make a difference in some cases. Each change that you make, you want to send additional traffic to it before you continue on with making any other changes to see if it made any difference at all or not. Now, one thing I'll interject into here, it can sometimes be the actual traffic that you're sending. You can't really test, let's use for example a solo ad. You can't really test a vendor's solo ads on just 100 clicks and determine whether his traffic that he's sending you is quality or not. To really test a solo ad vendor, you need to again spend the money to get 500 to 1,000 clicks. That gives you a good segment of their list and how well it's going to convert for you. Just sending random 100 click solos from different vendors is not going to, it'll help you as far as seeing that you're sending the same type of people to the offer, and how it's converting in general, but you're not going to see it as far as, a targeted list coming from one vendor that's sending, that you pretty much know or sending good quality traffic, how the list is converting, because 100 clicks is not enough traffic to really test anything. With 100 clicks, it's hit and miss, because out of 100 clicks of traffic, you're only looking at 30 to 40 people to opt in to start with, and that's really low numbers to work with. That's why you want to go for 500 to 1,000 clicks at a time, just so you can get, a good judge of how well the traffic is coming that you're getting, how good quality traffic it is to start with after you've got your funnel tested, or if you're just still testing the funnel, how it's going to convert during that initial 500 to 1,000 clicks to see if you're going to meet the first two criteria with your front-end offer and your first tripwire product. Okay, so after you've got the first two parts tested, you've tested your opt-in page and it's converting, you've tested your tripwire product and you're getting 10% out of it, and then you've tested your OTO and your OTO downsell and you're getting, the 10 to 15% with both of those. So after you've tested those areas, the next thing you want to work on is your autoresponder email series. And remember, during this autoresponder email series, what you're testing here is the people that turn down every offer to purchase something when they first opted into your list. In other words, when they were going through your squeeze page and going through your tripwire product and then your OTO and then the OTO downsell and didn't purchase anything, these are the people you're testing now to see if your autoresponder series is going to convince these people to go back and make a purchase. And most of your sales are going to come within that first 7 days. It's the first 7 days of an autoresponder, of a new list subscriber on your autoresponder series, is when you have their best attention. That's when they're going to open most of your emails. So your first 7 days needs to have the best emails that you can possibly have in it to keep them reading, hopefully past the first 7 days if they haven't made a purchase. Again, during this first 7 days, you want to check the conversions and see if you're getting an additional 10% conversions on either your front-end offer that you initially offered, the tripwire product, or your OTO, whichever one you're deciding to go with during this first 7 days. Then after the 14 days is over with, after you sent traffic from a solo ad or a media buyer, whatever it might be, after 14 days, you want to see how the overall conversions were altogether, and that tells you whether you need to continue buying traffic from that source or to look at somebody else's traffic and see if you can get it to convert. Now, during this initial testing of your funnel, again, it's really hard if you're sending traffic from different sources to determine whether you're getting the conversions like you should be when you're sending a big chunk of traffic from one particular area. So it's where you need to send quite a bit of traffic to test this email series. Your first initial 1,000 clicks and getting people onto your list is not going to be enough to test your autoresponder series. Even if you're getting good quality traffic, it's still not going to be enough to test your autoresponder series. It's going to take 2,000 to 3,000 people going through your funnel and seeing whether it's going to convert before you know that your autoresponder series is going to convert like it should. Now, initially though, if you've worked on the first two parts, getting your opt-in rates up and getting your tripwire product converted 10%, at that point you're coming really close, and in a lot of cases maybe even breaking even with the money you're spending on traffic. So at that point, it's getting to the point that whatever you're putting into buying the paid traffic, you're getting it back, so you can turn right around and reinvest it to keep testing and tweaking your funnel to where it's working for you. So when it comes down to testing your autoresponder series to see if it's going to convert for you, at this point, the money you're spending on traffic should be paying for itself, and you could possibly be earning, some some profit on it, where you can continue to test this funnel. And once you're seeing this 10 to 15% conversion rates, well, then that's when you're ready to turn this funnel loose and send any kind of paid traffic you want to it. And as long as it's, good targeted traffic, coming from good sources, you should see those rates hit all the way through that funnel and have a really good chance, of seeing a profit at the end of that 14 days. You may not see profit during the first 7 days, but you will definitely see it by the end of the 14 days. Now, after you've done all of this, you've got an initial funnel that's working for you, and it's either breaking even or bringing in good profit for you within that first 7 days. You want to work on setting up your next funnel, which actually moves your customer from one list to another list, where you're actually going to be trying to sell them bigger ticket products and make more money, because this is where you'll make money with the list that you're building, is from moving them from the initial funnel that they join, just to get them to know, like, and trust you and spend some money, into another autoresponder series that has, higher priced items, and at that point, hopefully following you, and they're willing to listen to you and take your recommendations. So you want to automate your list where you have a second series that has a mid-ticket item and a big ticket item, and then, if possible, some sort of a high-end ticket item that's sold through a webinar. Now, these may be items of your own if you have them, or they could even be just affiliate products that you're promoting for somebody else. These don't have to be your products here at all. They can be products that you're an affiliate for. Once you have your first initial funnel converting, those 10% people, 10 to 15% that are making purchases, are they going to be the people that move over into this series? And these are the people that will purchase these other items as they're introduced to them through your autoresponder series. Now, again, all of this can be done automated. Almost all autoresponder systems now have a mechanism in them to where when somebody makes a purchase, you can unsubscribe them from one list and subscribe them to a different list. And that's really what you want to do with that first list. Is once somebody purchases the OTO offer, if all they ever purchase is that front end offer, you may want to leave them on that list and occasionally send them another email about the OTO offer. But once somebody purchases that OTO offer that you're offering in that first autoresponder series, you want to automatically move them over to this other second AR series that has the bigger ticket items in them. Now, this autoresponder series here doesn't have any kind of a set schedule to it. In other words, it's not another 7 to 14 days. This could be something where you email them once or twice a week telling them about the mid ticket and the big ticket, and then occasionally about a webinar. It may not be something that you're going to set up another complete sequence trying to get people to do something within 14 days. You could possibly do that with the mid ticket item if you wanted to try to get people to purchase the mid ticket. But when it comes to the big ticket and then any high end ticket product being sold through a webinar, those are usually sold through broadcast emails. But once you've automated your list where somebody's purchased that OTO from your first AR series and move over into this series, that's when things start moving along really well for you, and you start seeing a lot of profits coming from your list building. Now, the thing to keep in mind is, even though your first list maybe, well, we're going to know for sure that 80% of them didn't buy anything from you, they're still on your list, and you still have a good chance, of emailing them affiliate offers, and you could even try them on some of these mid-ticket and big-ticket items occasionally through broadcast. You still have these people on the first list that you can email, with your other offers that you want, and you have a chance of them making affiliate commissions and sales from that as well. So you don't want to ignore that first list, even though they've went through 14 days and didn't purchase anything, didn't purchase either your front end offer or the OTO. You still don't want to ignore those people. You want to email them occasionally, with other offers, just try to get them to buy something. And you may not want to move them off of that list just because they bought an affiliate product, unless that's part of your funnel. If that's what it is, if your funnel is built on affiliate products, then that may be part of how you do your automation. But for the most part, that first email list that you're building is going to be the people you're going to send affiliate offers to. Like when a new product comes out in your niche, you want to send those people an email about it so if you can earn affiliate commissions from that. So, your first list is still going to continue to make you money, even though, they've went through the 14 days and they maybe didn't buy your front-end offer or your OTA offer. You still have a good chance of making money from that first list just by sending them occasional emails about other affiliate offers or new products that you come out with. If you decide to create products of your own, you could even email them about new products that you've come out with. And at that point, maybe if it's your products, you could move them over into the second autoresponder series. So the second series of emails, you're going to see significantly lower conversion rates with it. With your mid-ticket, you're going to see an average of 5 to 10% of the people that are on that list buy the actual mid-ticket. You're going to see an average of 2 to 5% people that will actually purchase the big ticket, or if you have a webinar for high-end ticket, you're going to see 2 to 5% on average with these people making these bigger purchases. But the thing to keep in mind is these are the products that are bringing you a lot of income, whether it be your own products or affiliate commissions. These are the ones that are going to bring you the most money. So even though these numbers are lower, they're going to make up for it by being a lot more revenue you earn when somebody makes a purchase. And these are normal. This is to be expected. Now, you hear people talk about on webinars that, they get 30 to 40% conversion rates on a webinar. But what they don't tell you is that you will send out a notice about a webinar to get people to come to a webinar, and you may have 200 people register for the webinar or 100 people register for the webinar. But out of that 100 or 200 people, only 10% of them are going to show up for the webinar. At best, you'll get 20% people to show up for the webinar. So that's wherein, it really boils down to a 2 to 5% of the people are going to buy the high-end ticket product that's on the webinar. It's not that, when they get on the webinar, you're only going to get 2 to 5%. When you get on the webinar, if the webinar presenter has done a good job and it's a good product that people are would like to have, and they're offering it at a price that seems reasonable, you will see 30 to 40% of the people that are on the webinar actually make that conversion of buying that product. But if you look at it in the overall grand picture, it's really only about 2 to 5% of people that are on your list actually go through that whole process to make that purchase. You'll have 10 to 20% of the people that register for that webinar to show up, but then out of those, you'll have 2 to 3 that will actually make a purchase. So that's where it comes down to it. 2 to 5% is the real average, not this 30 to 40% that people tell you that you get from webinars. Yes, it's true. Once you get on a webinar, you have a good chance of converting 30 to 40% of the people that are on the webinar to a purchase, but it's saying that you have to send a whole lot of people to the registration page just to get enough people on a webinar before that really makes a difference.
All right, so in this segment here, I wanted to do a doing the math section to show you how all this would work out if you have went through the training and got the numbers like I told you about how you wanted to get the conversions. So what we're going to assume that you have a tested funnel. In other words, you've got your funnel up and you've tested it, you've sent enough traffic to it to you know what the average conversions are. Now, again, like I said, depending on the who you're getting your traffic from, the numbers may differ, but if you're getting, good quality traffic to start with, you're not buying really dirt cheap traffic, you should hit, a consistent average of numbers to start with. So we're going to assume that you've tested your funnel, you've got it all set up, and you have a squeeze page that's converting at 30%, which is the low end. You really want to try to hit 40% if you can. Anything above 40% is great, but 30%, we're going to go with just real minimal figures here. And then 2, you want to have a front end offer that you're selling for $7, and OTO, a one-time offer that you're selling for $17. Then you want to have a down sell for $10 for the people, that turn down your OTO, the people that bought your front end, that go to your OTO, that turn it down. You give them a down sell for $10. And then 5th and the final thing, and this is just to round things out so you can make some more money out of your subscribers and the traffic that you're sending to your squeeze page. You want to have a CPA offer that pays $1 per lead. Now, these are real easy to find. Almost every CPA network has, email submits that pay anywhere from 80 cents to, I've seen them go up as high as $5 for email submits, but that's kind of rare to get one that high. But $1 is not hard to find at all. Now, the one thing about the CPA offer, we're going to be using it primarily as an exit pop on the squeeze page. In other words, people that come to your squeeze page that decide not to opt into your list, they're going to get presented with this CPA offer through an exit script. Now, we'll also be using the CPA offer in our autoresponder series, but the main point of it is just to get a little bit more revenue on, or return on investment on your traffic that you're sending to your squeeze page, the people that have decided not to join your list, just a last ditch effort to get just a little bit more money out of that traffic. So let's switch over to an Excel spreadsheet I've set up, and we're going to run some numbers. I'm going to show you how this can work out if you have all of this fine-tuned to this point. Okay, so here we are with the spreadsheet that I've come up with, and don't worry, you guys are going to get a copy of this spreadsheet. It'll be a link down below the replay for this training lesson this week. But this is an Excel spreadsheet that you can use not only for tracking if you're getting the return on investment for your ad spend, but you could also use this in the very beginning with testing your funnel to make sure that it's actually going to convert right. And I've plugged in the numbers that I told you before. A squeeze page that converts at 30%, a front end offer that's converting at 10%, and then a downsell that's converting at again 10%, and then a CPA offer that's converting at 30% of the traffic it's coming to the squeeze page. 30% of those people actually visiting the one-time the CPA offer, and then 10% of those people actually converting. And then in the autoresponder series itself, 10% of the people that are actually make it to your list actually clicking the CPA offer, the link that you have in your emails in your CPA offer in it, a maximum of 8 times. Let's say you have a 14-day autoresponder series, and in that 14 days you sprinkle in that CPA offer 8 different times as maybe a PS link or something like that. So anyway, let's run some numbers here, and I'll show you exactly how this works. Now we're going to assume that you're paying 50 cents per click for solo ads, and that's what this right here is. It tells you that you're paying 50 cents per click. And then we're going to plug in that you bought, let's say, 200 clicks. So let's put in 200 here. And as you can see, with 200 clicks, you're going to get, or I put $200. I meant to put $100 in there. Let me change that. 200 clicks would be $100. So let's change that. Don't want to confuse you right off the bat. So you've invested $100 to get 200 clicks at 50 cents a click, and you're getting an over delivery. Most solo ad sellers will give you 10% over delivery, so you're getting a total of 220 clicks is what you're getting out of this $100 spend for a solo ad. Now we're assuming a 30% conversion, which means you're going to get 66 leads out of this. Now at this point, it has cost you $1.52 to get those 66 people to join your autoresponder list. Now, again, you've sent 220 clicks to the squeeze page and you have an exit pop that has the CPA offer on it, and you get 30% of those people to actually click through and look at your exit offer. So you've got 66 clicks of people that checked out your exit script offer. Now again, we're going to figure just 10% of those people actually decide to convert over and try the CPA offer that you've chosen. So you've gotten 6.6 people that actually converted through, and your CPA program is paying $1. It's paying $1 for every email submit you get. So you earned $6.60 from that little bit of traffic right there. This is an extra $6 you're making back from this traffic that you sent. You haven't sold anything at this point. So at this point, you've went from $1.52 cost per lead down to $1.42 cost per lead. So you've got a little bit of return on your investment already. Now again, like I said, we're going to use this CPA offer in the autoresponder series you have. I'm assuming you're going to set up a 14-day autoresponder series, and you're going to get 10% click-through rates on the CPA offer, which equates to another 6.6 clicks, and you're going to have that CPA offer sprinkled 8 times throughout that 14 days. So you're going to get a total of 52 clicks to your CPA offer. Again, with it converting at 10%, that means 5.2 people, well, let's just say 5 people are converting over and taking you up on the email submit, which again pays $1. So you've made another $5.28. So at this point, you're still, you've got $1.34 invested in getting these original 66 leads. So it's cost you $1.34 to get every one of these 66 leads onto your list so far. All right, so now that's just, if that's all you did, you paid $100 to get 200 clicks. You've got 66 people that joined your list, and they've clicked a few CPA offers, and they've submitted. 10% of those people have actually converted and submitted, and you've got back, a little bit of return, not much. You're still, you've invested in getting those 66 people onto your list. Now, you've got, like I said, you've got a front-end offer, you've got an OTO offer, and you've got a downsell offer. And you've got your autoresponder series itself that's going to sell whichever you choose to sell. Either you're going to try to sell them on the front end offer or the OTO offer. We're going to go with just the front end offer here for this example. So out of this follow-up series, like I said, you got 10%, or you got 10% of those people in your follow-up are going to convert over and buy your, or 10% of the people coming into your list are initially going to buy your front end offer that you're selling for $7. So you're going to make $46.20 there. So now you've generated a revenue of $58.08. So let's just say $58 just to make it an even number. So you've gotten $58 back out of your $100 investment in these 200 clicks that you bought. All right, so out of those 6 people, 10% of those again bought your OTO offer, which is selling for $17. So let's just, we can't show it here. You have to actually increase the numbers to get it to, positive numbers, but let's just say one person bought your $17 offer. So you've added another $17 to this, which makes it right at 60, almost 70 bucks you've made back out of your $100 investment. So you're still at a loss. Your cost per lead is way down now. You're down to, I don't have it down in this spreadsheet, but you're down to about 30 cents a cost, 30 cents each to get these 66 people on your list now. All right, so now out of those people that bought the OTO, again, 10% of them, out of these 66 people that bought the front end offer but then turned down the OTO, 10% of them decided to get the downsell offer that you're selling for 10% or $10. So again, that's one conversion, let's say, and now you're up to right at about $76 that you've made back. And this is just out of the people initially going through your funnel. You've made $75 back on this traffic, considering, again, you have an exit script that's showing a CPA offer that pays $1 per email submit, and you're showing a CPA offer in your autoresponder series uh, 8 times, and you're getting 10% people to click through. So now you're up to right at $75 now that you've made. Now, your autoresponder series is going to promote, like I said, either your front end offer or your OTO offer, whichever one you decide to choose. You could actually get it to promote both by having your front end offer, once they purchase it, they go to another OTO if you want to, or it could go to a downsell. You could actually promote the OTO offer and go to the downsell from there. You know, there's lots of different ways you can do this, but we're just going to assume that you're just going to promote the front end offer again, just trying to get these people to raise their hand and say that, hey, that they're actually a paying customer, they're interested in what you have to offer to sell. So again, these people in the autoresponder series are converting at 10%, which means you're going to get another 6 to 7 conversion sales. And again, like I said, we're using the front end offer, which is $7, which makes another $46.20 that you've made. So if you add that $46 back to this 75 that you've already made, just from the traffic the initial traffic, this is from the very first get-go, the people are getting on your list, you're now up to $122.10. So you're actually in profit. Now you've made about $22 to $24 actually. So you're actually in profit now. You've spent $100 to get 200 clicks from a solo ad. You've put 66 people on your list, and your numbers are hitting the averages. And now you've actually shown a $22 profit just from that $100 spend. So what you do is you turn around and you do it all over again. You just keep repeating this cycle. Get it to the point where you can actually afford to invest, let's say, $250. You do this a few times till you get to where you can afford to invest $250. If you invest that much, you get down to at the end of your 14-day cycle where you've actually made a little over $300 from these initial leads. But you've gotten your original 66 plus now you've got an additional 165 leads. So you've got about 230 people on your autoresponder list. Now, these people are on your autoresponder list, which means you can send them other offers after that 14 days. Maybe you decide to do, product launches. You want to follow product launches and, promote those as they come out. You're at this point, you've got a good list that, that's good and fresh, and, you're going to make, some affiliate commissions through just doing product launches. Maybe you decide to do your own products. Maybe you want to create your own products. Well, you've got 230 people on your list now that you have a real high chance, let's just say, an average of 10% of those 230 will buy the product that you release. So as you can see, if you test out your funnel and make sure that it's hitting just the average, the minimum average numbers, you can build your list for free. Plus, you can actually get paid to do it. And like I said, you've got these people on your list now. You can continue to email them with, other offers past this 14 days. They can be broadcast emails you send out about products that just got released or products that you've came out with, or even additional CPA offers. It could be other CPA offers. So, like I was saying in the training, I mean, there's, people are scared to invest money into paid traffic. And if you don't have a funnel set up and know the numbers that it's converting at, yeah, you are, you're risking your money, and you're probably going to lose it. You're going to get discouraged. But if you work initially in the very beginning to test out your funnel and make sure that it's hitting at the bare minimums, like I talked about there in the beginning, you got a squeeze page that's going to convert it at least 30%. You've got a front end offer that's going to convert it 10%. You got an OTO offer that's going to convert it 10% from the people that bought the front end offer. and then you've got a downsell that can convert at another 10% for the people that turn down your OTO offer, you will make money with your list. There's just no way around it. It just takes a little bit of time in the very beginning to get your funnel set up, get it tested to where you know the average numbers, and again, send quality traffic. You can get dirt cheap solos in some places that all the people are just freebie seekers, just looking for something free. They're not interested in anything past that first email you send them, giving them their free download. That's all they care about. You don't want to buy traffic like that. You want to go ahead and spend the money to get decent quality traffic to start with, and test out your funnel, make sure it's converting at these numbers, and then just continue to reinvest back into yourself till you get your list up to a good size, 5,000-10,000 or so, and just keep reinvesting some money back into it, keeping fresh people coming onto your list, and this list building can be extremely profitable. Now, one final thing I want to say, that we're not talking about just internet marketing here. This can be absolutely any niche at all. You can do this. This system right here will work with absolutely any niche at all. All you have to do is initially set up your funnel, send traffic to it, get your conversions down, know your numbers, what they are, and then find somebody to sell you solo ads in that niche. So anyway, that's what I wanted to do in this segment, showing you the math, doing the math. I hope it made sense to you. Like I said, I'm going to give you a copy of this Excel spreadsheet that you can use on your own and use it to test your funnel, get it converting right. Then after you've got it tested, you can use it for buying solo ads and test it out, with the people you're buying solo ads, so you can see how well their traffic is doing for you, so you'll know who to buy your solo ads from. Anyway, thanks for watching this training, and I hope it made a lot of sense to you, and I hope it makes you some money.